this. Government should, I think all the stakeholders in that get that, and I think we get that. The 3% for the oil producing community is too low.
So it is support that is needed. And once you get the support, your energy will blossom.
This is Nigeria. You need to give people sense of belonging.
Good morning. Compliments of this season. We are still celebrating Easter. And my name is Winifred Igwebo. I'll be your host on today's Inside Nigeria on Leadership Television. Fortunately, my public affairs analyst, the man that will be reviewing the paper with me this morning, is not with me in the studio this morning. So I'll be reviewing the papers alone. And for our menu today, we have 4 papers for review. And that is Nigeria's most influential leadership, The Nation, ThisDay, and the Nigerian Tribune. Of course, we'll be flagging up with leadership. So let's see what leadership is saying this Monday, April 18th, 2022. 2023 presidency. Aso Rock stays aloof as aspirants battle for APC tickets. 2023 presidency. Aso Rock stays aloof as aspirants battle for APC tickets. Riders intensify consultation, lobbying for presidential endorsement. Amechi visits Adamu in Nasarawa. I'm not stepping down for anyone, says Umahi. Show Nigerians your legacies, Kuka tells aspirants. I'll take that again. 2023 presidency. Aso Rock stays aloof as aspirants battle for APC tickets. Intensified consultation, lobbying for presidential endorsement. Rotimi Amechi visits Adamu in Nasarawa, that is APC Chief Chairman Abdullahi Adamu in Nasarawa. Umahi says, I'm not stepping down for anyone. Show Nigerians your legacies, Kuka tells aspirants. Let's see some snippets of the story on the headline story on leadership, and that is on page 4. Yes. The inside story says, with the time taken rapidly against the timetable of the Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, for activities leading to the 2023 polls, compelling the All Progressives Congress, APC, to engage in a rapid-fire approach towards its presidential primary, the presidency is yet to take a stand on who should clinch the presidential ticket of the party. Leadership gathered yesterday that President Muhammadu Buhari is still studying the manner in which the presidential aspirants are engaging party stakeholders on the race for the presidential ticket, as well as feedback from party faithful and the great mass of Nigerians in respect of who appears to be the popular choice. So far, those who have declared interest in the race are Vice President Yemi Osibanjo, former Lagos State Governor Bola Ahmed Tinubu, Ebonyi State Governor Dave Umahi, former Governor of Imo State Rochas Okorocha, Minister of Transportation Rotimi Amechi, and Senate Majority Whip Orji Uzor Kalu. Others expected to declare our Minister of Labour, Senator Chris Ngige, and his Minister of State for Education counterpart, Emeka Wanjibwa. According to reports, the party would likely freeze its presidential primary for May 2031. Those familiar with events within Aso Rock, the country's seat of power, confided in leadership that President Muhammadu Buhari is yet to openly give his nod to any of contenders scrambling to succeed him at the moment. Meanwhile, Kuka tells aspirants, show Nigerians your legacies. Let's see some of the stories on page 4. Kuka says the aspirants show your legacies, and that is on page 4. Let's see what the story is all about. Meanwhile, as the 2023 elections beckons, Bishop Matthew Hassan Kuka of Sokoto Catholic Diocese has challenged presidential aspirants to show evidence from their legacies and antecedents that they know the country well enough and its severe wounds. Page 4. Page 4. So sorry for that. Bishop Kuka, in his Easter message, posited that whoever wants to govern us must illustrate that he or she understands what has turned our nation into a national hospital and show us plans for our discharge from this horror. He said it was no longer necessary to ask how the country got to where it is, as Nigerians can no longer recognize their country, which has been battered and buffeted by men and women from the dark womb of time. He said, rather, the real challenge is how to find the slippery rungs on the ladder of ascent so we can climb out. That is the headline story on leadership this Monday, April 18th, 2022. It says 2023 presidency, Aso Rock stays aloof as aspirants battle for APC ticket. From leadership, we are moving over to the next paper we have on our menu, and that is Nigerian Tribune. Let's see what Nigerian Tribune is saying this morning. Kuka to Buhari, that is Bishop Matthew Hassan Kuka to Buhari. Nigerians no longer recognize their country. Nigerians no longer recognize their country. Kuka to Buhari. Northern bishops back northern elders on call for Buhari's resignation. Nigeria's peace, prosperity will be restored soon, Osinbajo. Badabiamiala governors orders call for prayers at Easter. Nigerian Tribune. Kuka to Buhari. Nigerians no longer recognize their country. Northern bishops back northern elders on call for Buhari's resignation. Nigeria's peace, prosperity will be restored soon, says the VP Osinbajo. Bajabamiala governors orders call for prayers at Easter, and that is on Nigerian Tribune. We are moving over to the Nation. Let's see what Nation is saying. Security architecture under reformation, says presidency. Security architecture under reformation, says presidency. We will bring back train attack hostages. Nigeria is broken, Kuka insists. Security architecture under reformation, says presidency. We will bring back train attack hostages. Nigeria is broken, Kuka insists. That is headline story on The Nation. From The Nation, let's see what the last paper we have on our menu, ThisDay, is saying. ThisDay has on its cover Atiku's interview with former Vice President Atiku Abubakar, and it says, Atiku, after 7 years of APC's incompetence, Nigeria needs unifier. Atiku, after 7 years of APC's incompetence, Nigeria needs unifier. Urges Southeast to focus on what can't lie. Says stays about Marabouts predicting his presidency surprising. Kuka to Buhari, you have divided Nigerians along ethnic, religion, regional lines. Presidential interview series, Atiku Abubakar is on the headline story on ThisDay. And the quote says, Nigeria must improve, and that can only come by devolving powers. Nigeria must improve, and that can only come by devolving powers. That is on ThisDay newspaper, which has Atiku Abubakar on its cover on their presidential interview series on ThisDay newspaper. We are moving over to Nigeria's most leading and influential newspaper, leadership. Let's see other stories leadership has on its cover this Monday. Yes, cover of this day says of leadership says 11,536 schools closed over insecurity in Nigeria. That is by UNICEF. 11,536 schools closed over insecurity in Nigeria. That is by UNICEF. Troops still on leadership. Troops kill 10 commanders, 90 terrorists in Lake Chad. And on top of leadership, that white boss is a business story. It says ease of doing business. Terminal operators risk sanctions over obstruction. Ease of doing business. Terminal operators risk sanctions over obstruction. The Ministry of Transportation at the weekend threatened to sanction terminal operators who obstruct federal government's efforts aimed at enhancing the ease of doing business and reducing cost of doing business at the nation's seaports. Minister of Transportation Rotimi Amechi stated this at the flag off of the Port Standing Task Team's Operation Free the Port corridors of perennial gridlock and extortion witnessed along the Apapa-Oshodi Expressway. And that is the story, part of the news on the headline Ease of Doing Business, terminal operators risk sanctions over obstruction. And still on leadership, we have a story on Zulum raises salaries of doctors in liberated local government areas in the state. And Osinbajo, Gbajabiamiala, others pray for peace at Easter. All these stories are on the nation's most influential newspaper, Leadership. Don't forget to get your copies. Well, viewers, this is where we'll call it a day. Come to the end of today's Inside Nigeria on Leadership Television. We reviewed 4 papers in our podcast, and that was Leadership, This Day, National Tribune, and The Nation. Don't forget, tomorrow is another day, and to keep a date with us. I remain Winifred Webo. Bye.
Thank you for watching. For sponsorship and advert placements, please contact 080-3688-6158. Last Word Leadership Podcast Studio. You have the last word.